The Pride flag flies high, honoring Tacoma's Pride Month. Find out what Picture Pack Ave is all about, and cast your line into the depths of Commencement Bay's Les Davies Pier. These stories and more on Tacoma Report. Hi, I'm Laura Proctor. Angie Foster is on a well-deserved break and will return for our next show. In partnership with the Rainbow Center, the city has once again raised the Pride flag over the Tacoma Dome to commemorate Tacoma Pride 2023. Pride Month in Tacoma takes place throughout July and offers many opportunities to celebrate through cultural events, establish community partnerships, and much more. The flag will wave over the Tacoma Dome for the entire month of festivities. For the latest information, visit tacomapride.org. The 2023 City of Destiny Awards is now playing on TV Tacoma. This event showcases the efforts and shows appreciation for those who serve Tacoma as a volunteer. Awards are given in several categories. For over 30 years, these awards have honored more than 300 volunteers who go above and beyond to help make Tacoma a vibrant community. You can watch the event on the city's YouTube channel and on TV Tacoma. Visit tvtacoma.com for replay times or watch under the special presentation section of the city site. The Les Davies Fishing Pier along the Ruston Way waterfront is a waterfront attraction popular for casting a line or basking in the sun.
Jutting out into Commencement Bay along Tacoma's Ruston Way waterfront is a maritime gem many take for granted, the Les Davies Fishing Pier. This 300-foot structure of wood, steel, and concrete is a joint project built by the City of Tacoma and the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife. It's more than a pier to hook the big one. It's also a tourist curiosity for folks to get out on the planks to capture those gorgeous scenic views of our area.
Well, it's my first time here in Washington, and I think it's a very cool experience to be out here. And it has a beautiful view, too. It's something different. The weather is definitely different.
I like Les Davies Pier because there isn't too many people and the pier is really big, so I can be by myself.
This structure was built in 1983 and is named for an avid Tacoma fisherman and owner of a local fishing tackle company, Les Davies. The pier stands among the rocks and the sand of the bay, where fishing ranges from sea perch and flounder to crab and even squid.
Well, I started fishing just last summer. I was trying to catch salmon after I started getting a hang of it, but I caught a lot of bottom fish. I caught a lot of rockfish that I had to throw back.
It's not to say that the pier, which actually looks like a giant T, isn't exactly a quiet day on the water. There's a railway along the shore and a well-traveled road for the motorists leading to the heart of the city.
But this pier is probably by far one of the biggest and the quietest, so I like it.
It was built for fishing, complete with fish cleaning stations, rod holders, seating, and lots of pigeons.
In addition to being a fishing pier, Les Davies also has a concession area, a picnic area, a wonderful place to go hiking and walking, and even a scuba launch place too. Right here in Tacoma. For Tacoma Report, I'm Dave Gordon.
Discover more on what the Les Davies Pier offers visitors from the Metro Parks Tacoma website. Summertime is here, and the Tacoma Public Library has launched its Summer Reading Challenge 2023. Readers of all ages are invited to participate in the program, with this year's theme being All Together Now. Participants can use a virtual or paper bingo card to track their progress. Stop by any library to check out books and sign up for prizes. For access to the bingo card and information on the programs and activities that will be offered in a variety of formats, visit tacomalibrary.com. Coming up next, I will be interviewing Wesley Rhodes, a city planner, on a new community partnership. A plan is kicking off partnering with the community to develop Picture Pack Ave, Wesley Rhodes, Senior Planner with the city's Planning and Development Services Department, is here to talk more about this comprehensive plan and what it means for the community. Welcome to the show, Wesley.
Thanks, Laura. So great to be here.
And it is wonderful to have you here. So let's dive in.
Sure.
So Wesley, can we start off with an overview of what the Picture Pack Ave is, why it's happening here, and why now?
Absolutely. So Picture Pack Ave is a long-range plan for the Pacific Avenue corridor from about I-5 in the north down to about the city limits, which is around South 96th Street in the south. And really what it's doing is two main things. It's an opportunity for us to work with the community to create a community-shaped vision for sort of what we want this area to look like over the next 25 years. And then to also identify what kinds of things the city needs to be doing, either from a policy and code standpoint or from actual like physical capital investments in the community to help create that vision over time. The reasons that we're doing it here and now in this corridor is that City Council really recognized that a couple things are happening. First of all, citywide, Tacoma is expected to grow about 50% over the next 25 years. And then also specifically to the Pacific Avenue corridor, Pier Transit has proposed transit improvements in the form of a bus rapid transit system. And so this is an opportunity for us to really be proactive as a city to address these changes and make sure that they occur in the way that both current and future Tacomans want over time, as opposed to being reactive as these changes occur.
Gotcha. Sounds like a very exciting project.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, Wesley, this effort will include a variety of different elements. So can you touch on what those elements are and what the benefits are of a project like this for the community?
Sure. So these plans are pretty comprehensive, so they include a lot of different elements, but I'll hit on what I think are a few key ones today. The first I want to talk about is mobility. So the plan will be looking at improving mobility for all modes. So this includes cars, things like transit and buses, as well as people walking, rolling, and biking throughout the community. And the plan will have a specific emphasis on improving pedestrian safety in particular, and also looking at how we can connect the surrounding neighborhoods to these future bus rapid transit stations. So that includes looking at things like sidewalk infrastructure and things like that. The next is really looking at something called equitable transit-oriented development, which is kind of a big word. It really just means that we want to have more housing and more jobs near where we have high-capacity transit stations. So with high-capacity transit slated for this corridor, we are looking at strategies and ways to get more housing and more jobs located near those. Where the equitable part comes in is we really want to make sure that that housing that comes in is affordable at a variety of price points across the spectrum, which includes affordable housing. And then finally, we also want to look at things like anti-displacement strategies for existing residents and businesses that want to stay in place as these changes occur over time. Another area we're looking at is things like climate change and sustainability. So that includes things like green infrastructure, streetscaping, street trees, and also a recognition that when you put more housing and jobs near transit, more people don't have to rely on cars for every single trip they make, and that can reduce greenhouse gas emissions as well, help the city hit its greenhouse gas targets. The fourth and final thing I want to mention is we'll be looking at things like infrastructure and amenities. So really talking to the community about what things are they missing or do they want in their communities, want more of, things like parks, schools, community centers. And then also what kinds of investments does the city need to be making in terms of infrastructure, both the things you see like sidewalks, but also things that are underground utilities like stormwater and sewer. The other thing I would just mention is, as part of this plan, two things. So we're doing an environmental review in the form of something called a Planned Action Environmental Impact Statement. What this allows us to do is to do sort of like an upfront and cumulative area-wide review of sort of what the impacts might be as development occurs over time, as opposed to a different way of doing it, which would just be piecemeal kind of project by project review. Okay. And then also, I'm very excited about this. We are partnering with the Tacoma Pierce County Health Department to also conduct a health impact assessment as part of this plan.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, we're doing a lot.
Right. And so Wesley, our final question.
Sure.
It sounds like this will need a lot of community input. How can residents get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So the best time to get involved really is right now over the summer. We're really doing our visioning and scoping phase right now through the end of August. So there's a couple ways you can get involved. I would encourage everyone to visit our online open house, which you can visit at bit.ly/picturepacav. This is also translated into Spanish, Vietnamese, and Korean, and take our survey, which are also translated as well for those who need it. That's the absolute best way to sort of learn more, get involved, and take our survey, give us your feedback. We also have an ideas wall on that as well. We have a project webpage that's part of the city's website, so that's cityoftacoma.org/picturepacav. You can always get information and links that way. We'll be out in the community all summer long doing things like showing up and tabling at the Eastside Farmers Market. We'll also be doing like community walks. We have a whole variety of things we have planned, mostly sort of partnering with existing events to be there, be out in the community, talking to people in person. Okay. And then we also have a community information session that will be virtual on Zoom. That will be on July 13th from 6:30 to 8. You can pre-register for that at bit.ly/PACAV kickoff meeting.
Awesome. Well, Wesley, thank you so much for being on the show today. That was a wonderful, wonderful interview with all of the information. And again, just encouraging the community to reach out and provide their input. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Laura.
All right. After the break, we'll take you on a deep dive into Tacoma history and legend. Starting June 26th and running through September 1st is Summer Teen Late Nights open across Tacoma. Monday through Friday from 5 to 10 p.m., various locations consisting of schools, community centers, and nonprofits will open their doors to keep teens safe and engaged. Tacoma Public Schools middle and high schoolers can enjoy free food and participate in open gym, art, and music activities and hang out with friends. This is a drop-in program, and students can attend as often as they like. Parents or guardians are encouraged to register their child online. For more information, visit the Tacoma Public Schools website. Legends come and go, but one that's uniquely Tacoma is about as contentious as a Coug and a Husky debating football. The Tacoma Narrows Bridge suffered a major failure in 1941, collapsing into Puget Sound waters. That's the start of the legend. Later in the 1980s, the Les Davis Artificial Reef was built using slabs of roadway debris. According to many scuba websites, this artificial reef was made from Galloping Gertie's wreckage. Managed by Metro Parks Tacoma, no one on staff has been able to confirm if this is Gertie's final resting place.
Legend has it could possibly be Galloping Gertie, but then I've heard other stories too that it could be maybe the West Seattle Bridge, or who knows.
Local scuba diver Walt Amadon is a longtime Northwest diver with more than 50 years of experience in Tacoma waters. He says the reef may not be the legend people say it is.
It has a lot of the bridge material down there, so we've got the roadbed laying on top of roadbed, and so it makes a natural habitat for octopus down there and for wolf eel, you know, all kinds of fish down there. In fact, if you go down there on a Saturday, you better get there early because you're not going to find a parking spot. That's how popular it is. And we have people that come up from Oregon, and so we tell the Oregon people that it's Galloping Gertie.
Whether the wreckage of Galloping Gertie or even the West Seattle Bridge, Walt says Tacoma waters continue to be a destination dive site for divers around the country. The AMOCAT Awards is an annual arts award selection for individual, organizational, and art patron engagement in Tacoma arts. Applications for nominations of the 2023 AMOCAT Arts Awards are taking place now through July 30th. 2023 awards will be presented during Kaleidoscope, the Tacoma Arts Month opening party on October 5th at the Star Center. The dog days of summer can be a great time to do something for yourself and your community. Volunteers are needed to help with the Metro Parks Tacoma Rose Garden at Point Defiance Park. Metro Parks Tacoma sponsors free lunches Monday through Friday to youth 18 and under at locations throughout the city. A Wapato Lake Park restoration work party is needed July 22nd from 9 a.m. to noon. And join Tacoma Earth Gay 2023, the LGBTQ community's most visible form of environmental activism and celebration at Dickman Mill Park in Tacoma, also on July 22nd, starting at 11. For information on these and other events, log on to metroparkstacoma.org. That wraps up this edition of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. We take you to the summer flowers at Point Ruston. More than an acre of rose gardens are in bloom. Some have been around since 1895. I'm Laura Proctor. See you on our next show.